Evening. Right now, the deaf and American Sign Language community is greatly concerned about the Amarillo Independent School District's policy on not using American Sign Language in the classroom.
The district uses a signing teaching tool instead. Pronews 7's David Grosso-Ortega is here with more. David?
Larry, Lisa, instead of using American Sign Language or ASL, AISD uses Morphemic Sign System or MSS to instruct deaf students. AISD says MSS is English and promotes reading and speech skills, but critics say it is isolating and limiting deaf students' ability to thrive outside of the walls of their classroom. Here you see Debbie Thomas energetically signing at a classroom at Lamar Elementary. The class was primarily composed of hearing students, but also included some deaf kids. But Ms. Thomas isn't using American Sign Language.
The reason why we use coded English is our kids, when they read and write and speak, we are replicating the exact English on our hands that they're hearing, and it's coming out of our mouth, and they're reading our lips. So we use total communication.
AISD says that this helps with English skills, and you can see that they're speaking while signing. But using MSS has the deaf and ASL community upset. They claim that ASL is the way deaf people communicate all over the world.
Almost everybody knows ASL. It is so easy to make those connections. It's a smooth, clean language. Making friends is very simple this way. ASL is just really amazing. It's great.
Kids are going out into the world languageless, literally. They're not fluent in English because they physically can't. And in some cases, they tell kids their voices are understandable when they're not. And because they're not taught ASL, they're not fluent in ASL either. They're literally going in the world with no language.
The school district says that using MSS is about making sure their students are literate, and that if parents want their kids to be instructed in ASL, that they have that choice.
If a parent comes to us and wants ASL, and that's their choice, we will absolutely give them ASL.
AISD says that choosing an instructional language all boils down to individual choice and needs when formulating their individual education plans.
And so we have to take the individual child and his or her needs into account when we are making that plan.
But the ASL and deaf community says that the evidence isn't there for MSS and that the school district is mistaken.
Within the deaf community, the people don't understand each other. There's a divide, a separation. And I want to see it be united, a united deaf community. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge.
If my child was deaf, I would never ever send him to AISD as long as MSS is used. It's not, it causes damage that can't be fixed.
We spoke to one former AISD employee through Skype who says MSS is severely limiting deaf students' ability to thrive.
A student who learns MSS and doesn't really get exposed to ASL, a deaf student, they're kind of locked into Amarillo. MSS is not used outside of Amarillo. It is not used anywhere else in Texas, America, anywhere else.
And AISD says they're one of many schools in Texas that uses MSS, while critics say that the other schools use MSS in conjunction with ASL for instruction. Tomorrow we'll look at what the National Association for the Deaf has to say about non-ASL instruction and why AISD says that MSS helps their students keep up with their hearing peers in a changing world. From the Kennedy Broadcast Center, David Grosso-Ortega for Pronews 7.